from a national perspective, question is, are we better to dam more rivers and put up more wind turbines or use more coal, or would we be better to put in hot water heat pumps into a lot of houses? And that calculation is much too big for me to do in this interview. But by and large, it's a lot better to be more efficient at the point of consumption. And the reason for that is that there are two major components to the cost of delivering electricity. One is to generate it, that's the wind turbine or the dam or a power station, whatever. But the other one is the cost of the grid and the network to distribute it. And roughly these costs are equally split between it. So if you are saving at the point of consumption, then you're able to save on the need to continue upgrading the distribution system. So it's not that you're saving in terms of environmental impact, it's you're actually saving real costs in terms of the distribution costs. Now that only begins to bite if you get a large number of people and a big uptake. And I think in the future this will happen, and heat pump water heaters will become an important part of the national electricity delivery system. One of the things that heat pump water heaters do that you can't be sure of with space heating heat pumps, with space heating heat pumps, as you provide the heat pump, people tend to improve their comfort levels, and so they take some of the benefit in terms of improved service. But for hot water heat pumps, there's no evidence that people actually change their consumption habits. And in fact, we did a study when we were working on this in the 1980s of a number of people, and we measured how much water they used at different times of the day, and you compare the periods when they're using the heat pump with periods when they're using the ordinary electric element, and there was absolutely no difference in the average consumption each hour during the day. They had a peak in the morning, they had a peak at night. Some other people had sort of uniform usage throughout the day, and other people had some very strange patterns. And these patterns stayed exactly the same. Now, that's unusual in terms of energy uses. There is no attempt to claw back some of the benefit in terms of improved service. People keep the same consumption, very habitual. And I think that means that from the national perspective, there are real savings from the use of this.